Welcome to a snowy edition of our Dailyish Devotional, hopefully the last and only snowy edition of this devotional. I told Tracy and you guys yesterday that we're in a winter weather advisory, and she said, I haven't heard that. Just another example why she should listen to me more often. Along the lines of humor, I found this cartoon and it encapsulates our nights exactly. Except usually Tracy is getting up and going to bed herself, saying I should follow her. You're insane. It's 9:30. I'm not going to bed yet. And then she claims that I'm asleep on the couch or something like that. I'm just resting my eyes for a couple minutes, taking a power nap, as Alex says, so I can just watch a couple more television shows. Speaking of Alex, remember when I talked a few devotionals ago about how I'm raising mini-me's? And that was evidenced by Isaac stealing a puzzle piece so he could put the last piece in, doing the same exact thing I did. Well, here's an example. My youngest son writes me a birthday card. Dear Dad, I love you so dearly that I didn't get you a present. You get a present daily by having me as a son. I also say happy birthday. Sincerely, Alex. Yeah, if that doesn't sound just like me. The moral of the story, of course, pray for Tracy. We're going to continue with our book, He Chose the Nails. We're almost done. There's only a chapter or two that is left. And we'll have to think about another book that we might want to do. Maybe another Max Lucado. His books are short, or the chapters are short, really lead to a pretty easy study. And I love them. Maybe we'll find one that doesn't have to do with Easter and go a different direction. Since Easter is almost upon us. Sunday is Palm Sunday. I invite you to join us, Facebook Live, 10 a.m. Sunday. We are going to do communion, so if you want to have some bread and some juice or wine or whatever you want available for Sunday morning to join us in that holy sacrament, I invite you to. 10 a.m. Facebook Live on Minute UCC web Facebook page. It is also will be put on YouTube eventually. I have my own channel. No, it's nothing fantastic. My boys freaked out when I had a YouTube channel. You do, Dad? You do? I said, yeah, it's got like 3 subscribers. Settle down. But if you want to check out anything you've missed, daily devotionals or some worship services, I think you can just look up my name on the YouTube channel and find them there. So let's continue with Max's 14th chapter. I want to read it to you because it's a bit of a different style, and it really does a good job of showing us the odds that Jesus' ministry faced, the odds that Christianity would even make it. It also reminds us of what kind of Jesus went through to die for us, and reminds us of the belief and the knowledge that Christianity really is something special, considering how it began and how it persevered. So just bear with me, but I think you'll enjoy this. For Jesus' birth, the words of King Herod when told of the birth of Jesus: kill him. There's only room in the world for one king. The number of religious leaders who believed a Messiah had been born in Bethlehem: 0. The type of people who did: some stargazers, night shift shepherds, and a couple of newlyweds who claimed to have more knowledge about childbirth than sex. The reward to Joseph and Mary for bringing the Son of God into the world: 2 years in exile, learning Egyptian. This was the beginning of the Christian movement, and they're the calm years. About Jesus' ministry: the word on the streets of Jesus' hometown when he claimed to be sent from God. Weird family. Have you seen his cousin? The reaction of his hometown folks: stone him. The opinion of his brothers: lock him up. The number of disciples Jesus recruited: 70. The number of disciples who defended him to the authorities: 0. The assessment of his followers is found in the Jerusalem editorial page. A group of unemployed ne'er-do-wells recruited off the shipping docks and out of the red light districts. The number of lepers and blind and lame people Jesus healed: too many to count. The number of lepers, blind people, and lame people that came to defend Jesus: 0. On his execution: the popular opinion regarding Jesus before he cleansed the temple. See if he'll run for office. The popular opinion regarding Jesus after he cleansed the temple. Let's see how fast he can run. The decision of the Jewish council: 3 spikes and a spear. The talk on the streets of Jerusalem after Jesus died: he should have stayed in the furniture business. The number of times Jesus predicted that he would come back to life 3 days after his death. 3. The number of disciples that heard that prophecy. All of them. The number of disciples waiting at the tomb to see if the prophecy would come true. 0. The number of followers who believed in the resurrection before it occurred. You do the math. On his movement. The official response of the Jewish leaders to the rumors of his resurrection. Of course they say he's alive. They have to. What else can they say? The actual response of the Jewish leaders to the resurrection of Jesus. A great number of the Jewish priests believed and obeyed. From Acts chapter 6. The decision of the Jewish leaders about the church. If their plan comes from human authority, it will fail. But if it was from God, you will not be able to stop them. The response of the church. The number of followers was growing. On the movement continues. The belief of the French philosopher Voltaire. The Bible and Christianity would pass within 100 years. He died in 1778. The pronouncement of Friedrich Nietzsche, I'm butchering the last name, in 1882, God is dead. The dawn of science, he believed, would be the doom of faith. Science has dawned. The movement continues. The way a communist dictionary defined the Bible. It is a collection of fantastic legends without any scientific support. Communism is diminishing. The movement continues. The discovery made by every person who has tried to bury the faith. The same is the one made by those who tried to bury its founder. He won't stay in the tomb. Won't stay in the tomb. The question, how do we explain it? Jesus was a backwater peasant. He never wrote a book, never held an office. He never journeyed more than 200 miles from his hometown. Friends left him. One betrayed him. Those he helped forgot him. Prior to his death, they abandoned him. But after his death, they couldn't resist him. What made the difference? His death and his resurrection. For when he died, so did your sin. And when he rose, so did your hope. For when he rose, your grave was changed from a final resting place to a temporary residence. The reason he did it? The face in your mirror. The verdict after 2 millenniums? Herod is right. There is room for only one king. If you think about the way Christianity started, and you think about Jesus' ministry and what he came and stood for, it is completely backwards to the way the world thinks of power, and the world thinks of control, and the world thinks of good things. Right? Humble doesn't begin to explain it. But yet here it is. It survived all kinds of attacks. It survived good times and bad times. And it will continue to survive and thrive. I thought that was kind of a neat little chapter. It offered me a little bit of encouragement when I feel down and I feel like things are spiraling out of control or there's only bad news like I talked about yesterday. Jesus is always there. God will continue. Kind of like I've heard it said before, been there, did that. So I'll leave you with a word of encouragement. I wore a bit of a Twins uniform because I think yesterday was a Twins home opener. Spring is around the corner. This too shall pass. And hopefully we can learn a few lessons from it. I don't know what they may be. They may be different from all of us. But I'll bet we can figure out something. So we'll see you Sunday, 10 a.m. Facebook Live. If you can find the church on Facebook Live, Men in UCC. Otherwise, it's put to YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. My boys were all excited. I was like, relax. There's like 3 subscribers. But if you need to find something, a daily devotional that you missed or you can't get on Facebook for whatever reason, you can find that worship and these devotionals on my YouTube channel. I think you can just search my name. Otherwise, hope to see you Sunday morning. Communion, have some bread, some wine, some water, some juice, whatever you want, and we'll celebrate that Holy Sacrament together. Looking forward to Sunday morning, 10 a.m., Facebook Live, or we'll see you Monday. Thank you.